Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa from A Creative Opal, and I kind of just wanted to show you what I've been working on this past week. I did a fair amount, not probably as much as I probably would have liked, but I did do some. So let me get started here. I finished some bodies of some cats. As I mentioned kind of last week, I like to do the face, then the body, and then close up the back. So that's like kind of 3 different stages I like to work them in. Usually the body and the back are pretty close together, but the face is definitely something I start and then leave for a while, or at least until I have something mindless to do. But then also stuffing it and sewing on the tail is another iteration, I guess, or another step in the process that I like to do. But I finished 3 cat bodies this week. Not fully finished, but at least I finished it, so then I'm able to put eyes and stuff them and then do tails. But I did 3, so I got 1, 2, 3. So I got white, I think this is lead, pretty sure that's lead in the middle, and this is terracotta. All brunette blanket. So these will be cats. They're already on my site. I'm pretty sure they already have pictures of them because some of my cats don't have pictures yet, which I'm working on. But just wanted to show you guys these 3 that I made. I crocheted. I also stuffed a bunch of cats too. So, or I had some help stuffing them, but I fully finished them. So they're now fully closed. The back is sewed closed. I just need to do the tail and the whiskers. But I have 12 of these that I did because it's easier just to stuff them all at once, in my opinion. So I got one. This one's peachy. Beach foam. Dapple shadow. Gray storm variegated. Sonoma. Got mini succulents. I think this is vapor gray. Driftwood dreams. Weathered wood. Didn't know the color name of this one for a hot while, because I had the yarn in my storage unit. So I had like the extra skeins in my storage unit, but I had one skein that I was working with making these up, and I was in the middle of like doing a whole bunch of shows, and so I didn't want to go to my unit just to grab a skein of yarn and try to figure out the name of this, so I just put it as like white and blue variegated, which I thought it was kind of blue, but looking at it more now, it looks more gray. But I don't know, you be the judge of that. Let me know, do you think it's more blue or gray and white? Well, there's definitely like lighter gray, but like, is that a dark gray or is that like a blue hue kind of thing, or is it like a gray blue maybe? But anyway, the color name is weathered wood, which is not what I would have expected, I guess. And then blue dreams. Ivory tweed. And pretty girl. And I think I had just started this face last week, but I finished this one fully. It's kind of got a nice twirl pattern going. Yeah, and these are all recently stuffed, so there's a bunch of like polyfill still kind of clinging to the outside that I got to clean up. Yeah, but that's 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Oh, 5, 12. This one, some of these colors aren't, like the pictures aren't on my website yet, but I'm working on that. So that is another project I worked on this past week, was trying to get a bunch of those finished up. And then I was still waiting on a part for my Centro knitting machine so I could fix it and kind of film a video. I started doing that. Didn't quite turn out how I liked it, so I don't know if I'll be posting that video. But anyway, I got my Centro back up and working. But before that happened, I didn't have it for most of the week. So what I did was I sewed all the tubes I made last week. Or not all of them. I sewed a couple of the tubes I made last week. So this is the, this one's the Juniper Shrub ear warmer. So I got 2 of those. 2 peppermint ribbons. Another peppermint ribbon. Got Festive Fun, as I found out the color name last week. And 2 black twinkles. You can kind of see the twist in there. Maybe if I do, kind of see it. So I sewed what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ear warmers together. So 7 more that are not just half done. But yeah, ear warmer. It's kind of thick. You just kind of put it on like this. Looks a lot better if you have like your hair up. I mean, it's still pretty cute. But yeah, you just kind of wear it like that. My hair's all messy. But yeah. But yeah, so that's the ear warmers that I fully finished. And I would have had 3 black twinkles, but I sewed one incorrectly. So here's the incorrect one. As you can see, there's a twist, but like it's also twisted in the back. So like there's the twist that's supposed to be there, but it's also twisted in the back. This is supposed to be flat right here, like that. But then if I do this, then the twist looks all weird. So I sewed this one incorrectly. So what I have to do is I have to take out all the stitches that I used to sew it. And it's going to be tedious and annoying. So I've tried to make it easier on myself. So I'm trying a different tactic. Instead of folding them right before I sew them and having to fold them each time, I was like, maybe if I just fold a handful so I know what to sew, what order to sew them in. Because I keep getting the panels all twisted, I guess, because I fold it wrong. Because this isn't the first time it's happened to me. I think it's the second time. But still, that's two times too many. And so did that. And it was a little annoying. But what I'm trying to do now is fold a bunch together, binder clip them, and then sew a handful. So what I have done, as you can see, is I folded it correctly. I double check to make sure I folded it correctly too. Because when I turn it inside out, I'm like, there's the twist, it's flat, looks good. But then the binder clip is holding it in the correct order it needs to be stitched. So then I don't have to think about it right before I sew it. I can just grab a couple and sew. And I think that'll make it easier on me. Maybe it'll make it easier on you. So I have 10 that are binder clipped, like ready to go. So I'm gonna test the strategy. I'll let you know how it works for me. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how this strategy works. But okay. There we go. So what? I think this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10. So that is something else I'm going to try to see if that will help with my not sewing it properly. And then something else I've done is I went through all my cat yarn. Like, I have yarn kind of set aside that I've started making cats with, or that I want to make a cat with. There's like, I think I've started cats with all this yarn so far, or like I already have pictures of them and it's just a new skein. But I went through all my cat yarn that I have set aside, and I figured out which ones I do and don't have swatches for, as I like kind of showed last week. So by swatches I mean kind of like little samples like this, and a bunch of them I didn't have swatches for, and I didn't know that. So I made a bunch of swatches too, and I like to pin them on their label until I actually put a label on them. Like, let's see. So I put the color name on like a little piece of paper and I pin it on there, and then I use a binder ring to kind of hold it all together, or hold different skeins, different colorways of the same skein, same like style of skein together, just so like as I use up my stash, especially like discontinued yarns, I'm not freak out, but like I can still look back at the yarn and remember it, and it's something small versus having to keep the whole skein. So that's something that I like to do, and it's also nice to kind of like use it to reference the color if I forget by chance. And it's easier to find this because I have all my swatches together than to go looking around in all my skeins. So this is just kind of what I've done. Try to make it a little bit easier on myself, and also easier to kind of like let it go. But yeah, so I made some more of these. This is the only one that has a color name label so far. But yeah, so this one is Driftwood Dreams. These are all Burnett Blanket, Burnett Baby Blanket, Burnett Speckle, Burnett Brights, Frosting, like a whole bunch of different Burnett blankets. But so this one's Driftwood Dreams, as I was showing you earlier. A bunch of these are my cat colors. This is Blue Dreams, Driftwood Dreams, Blue Dreams. Oh, That's cool. This is Cinder. It's part of the Mystical collection. Here's Pitter Patter. I was surprised I didn't have this one. Here is Golden Hour Frosting. Clay Brick Speckle. Beach Foam. Buttercup. This is not a cat color, but I have a couple in here that are not, that were just kind of in a pile of swatches I'd started, but I haven't finished. So I just included them because these are all my Burnett blanket ones. But Buttercup. Use that one for bees. Here's Purple Pow, or Pow Purple. Got Baby Sand. Yep, Baby Sand. Let's see, Dapple Shadow. Got Pretty Girl. Sonoma. Woodland Variegated. And these look pretty similar to me, except this one has orange in it. Yeah, they look pretty similar. Here's the Weathered Wood I was talking about. Yeah, Weathered Wood. Comment down below, blue or gray for that darker color. This one is Baby Lilac. Here is Tabby. And this one is Gray Cloud. So yeah, so those were all my swatches that I made to kind of make sure I had them all in inventory and stock. Still need to go through all my chicken yarn and do that. But some of them are the same colors, but I do have a couple that are like different that I know I for sure don't have swatches for yet. But some other stuff I made, I guess I did make quite a bit. Didn't feel like as much as the first week, but I made a couple more ear warmers because I got it working like the last night. So my center does not like this yarn. This is the Vortex Canyon Cliffs, and I've tried a couple different skeins and it does not like it. Like, it puts up a fight. And I oiled it, and so it was like the first thing I put through it. And then I tried a Karen Simply Soft, and then that one through like butter. But it doesn't like the Big Twist Vortex, at least in this colorway. Because I'm just trying to, I bought like 5 skeins of this colorway, and each skein I can make like 3. So I got a lot. So I'm just trying to get through it. So I've been going slowly, hand cranking. But yeah, so I got 1, 2, and then I got some that I haven't finished closing up the edges for. So 3, 4, and then I was trying to get rid of this Karen Simply Soft skein in this color. This is like light country blue or something. Have it somewhere. I don't remember where I put it off the top of my head. But yeah, so I did this. I think this is a thinner weight yarn. This is a different label, but let's see, does it say? It still says it's a 4 weight, but it's a thinner 4 weight yarn for sure. So it might be a little bit longer, stretch a little bit more. Like, yeah, that kind of stretches quite a bit. Versus this one. Oh, that stretches a little bit. But yeah. So I was trying to use up that skein. And of course, I had half a skein left. So I was able to make half of another one. So I tried to find a color that kind of complemented it. So I made this one. So this is the only one of this colorway. Maybe if I buy more, but right now, this one's limited edition. And then I was going between doing the Karen Simply Soft and the Big Twist Vortex. So I did a full skein, or a full ear warmer of this color. And that's what made me realize it hated this skein, because I kept going back and forth, because this one went through so easily. This one was struggling the whole time. But I mean, at least I learned that. So I know that skein will be difficult, but I will just have to go slow with that skein. Skeins. And what else did I make? I also made some lace earrings. More of my Christmas Grinch ones, because I don't want to run out again of them and have to just like kind of scramble last minute. So I'm trying to make quite a few and like kind of space it out so I don't have to do it like non-stop right before the show. I'm also doing a couple bigger Christmas shows this coming year instead of just one. So that'll also hopefully help. But here's one of the sheets I made. I made another one, but I already cut that up, so that's on my sheet. But I have several more pairs of Grinch earrings. And then I also was making some cute snowflake earrings. Oh, that one already got wet. Haven't cut these ones out, but that's what they kind of look like. Yeah, I still need to kind of clean them up, trim off the excess. I have 5 more pairs of the snowflakes. And I would have had 6, but I didn't change the thread color on this earring hole. And so that disappointed me. Like, I could still sell it as still good quality enough, but just have the one blue. I don't know. It was my own mistake. So this will just go in my good but not sellable bin or bag. Like little organza bag. Because I have ones that don't make the cut on every single sheet. Either I cut the threads, or I cut the stabilizer too close, or the stitching wasn't good enough, so it's like coming apart, or it's like not close enough stitching, so it's like there's a gap. So there's a whole bunch of different things that could go wrong, and like every sheet, not all of them on every sheet turn out into a final product. So I do have a whole bunch that are either like horrendously bad, or like okay, or like this one is going to be a single because this one I messed up on. So like I have good ones, but they're singles. So I have a couple different bags that I put them in. So like if I were to make another mistake on one of these, I could still have a pair because I have this one single. But yeah, so I've been doing that. So I made quite a few little snowflakes. I've cut them up, but not fully out yet. Not like these Grinches that I've cut close to the stabilizer. But yeah, so that's what I've kind of been up to. Oh, I also did put a bunch of earring findings on earrings. Let me go get that real quick. Alrighty, so I brought my little earring tower. Try to get it in frame as best I can. But I have all these different earrings. These ones down here are different like leaves. I got a whole bunch of flowers, different colored flowers, different shapes of leaves. Got monstera and like elephant ears. I can actually. So this is my display that I bring to markets. Let's see. Another one, different colors too. They all have the different colors. So I have all these. And these are just my plants. Right now I have 2 towers because I got so many different designs, but I'm trying to inventory them. So that's part of the reason why there's 2 towers. I try to keep it all on 1 tower, but I might need to expand to 2 towers here soon. And there's that leaf. Where'd this one go? This one went over here. But yeah, so I got all these. So what I did was, so I showed you how I had the lace. What I do is I was cleaning up the extra stitching if there's any, or like loose threads or anything, and I was adding this earring finding to the earring, and then putting them on the cards and tagging them and all that. So that's also something I did. I had a whole bunch that I just sitting around that hadn't been tagged or cleaned up or put on findings yet, but I did a whole bunch more. Like, I still had Halloween ones that I hadn't finished. Like, I have a bunch of these, but I had more that I had made that I just hadn't finished. But yeah, so here's my Grinch ones that are all fully finished. And I showed you the Santas last week. And then I got some reindeer. That one flipped. Reindeer. And I had a lot of people, okay, not necessarily a lot, but I had a couple people ask about snowmen. And I was like, I didn't have enough time to make them last year, but I'm pre-making them this year. So I started making them with light blue and, I keep hitting that, I'm sorry. So I started making them with light blue and with red. I'm thinking about making them the same as my mitten colors. So I have mittens and stockings as well. If I have any that I could show. So here's a pair of stockings and a pair of mittens. So I got like pink, light blue. So I showed you the light blue snowman. And then I got like a navy. I got red and green. But I was thinking maybe I should do a gold too. I think that would be pretty. My mom has a friend who loves cows, so I made some cow earrings. I'm going to add that because maybe someone else loves cows. Who knows? I had a lady who bought a pair of earrings, a pair of strawberry earrings, because her daughter is like obsessed with strawberry shortcake. So she's like, anytime she sees something strawberry, she buys it. So she bought a small pair of, she bought the larger size, but she bought a pair of strawberry earrings. And I have soccer balls and footballs and whole bunch of Halloween stuff. And I'm working on making more 4th of July because I sold out of a lot of my 4th of July stuff at a Christmas sale. So I was like, I guess and like, it was after 4th of July this past year. And I was like just doing like my all year designs versus my seasonal designs. And someone asked me if I had 4th of July ones. And I was like, oh, I don't have them with me, but I do at home if you want to order online. And she didn't want to order online. So I would have made another sale if I had just carried my 4th of July earrings. So I learned that I'm going to carry even my seasonal ones, at least a couple, all year round. So then if someone asks, maybe not even put them out, but if someone asks, then I can at least say I have them. Here's what it looks like. Because some people don't like shopping online. But I got a whole bunch of these different earrings. And I made some more. And I'm just working on finishing them up, tagging them. I think I want to redo all the SKUs I have on them, because I'm not liking the way I have them skewed right now. But that would involve either whiting out all the SKUs or putting them all on new cards, which would be so tedious. But might be worth it. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, so that's... Oh, I also, don't let me forget, let me move this out of the way real quick. I also, a lot of my yarn that I buy comes in bags, like comes in bags within a box. So I have a lot of plastic, like clear plastic bags. And I'm like, I understand. So like this one, clear plastic bag. Yeah, it has a little label, but you can cut that off. But I have so many bags like this. And even bigger skeins come in bags too. And I get it. They want to protect the yarn. But also at the same time, how much more plastic do we need in the environment? Because something about me is I like to try to be as eco-conscious as possible. I try not to use plastic, or like minimize the amount of plastic and minimize the amount of wasteful materials I use. Like I save all my offcuts on things and try to reduce, reuse, repurpose, recycle, all that as best as I can. But I have so many plastic bags and I've just been piling them up because I'm like, I could do something with them. And I finally started going through some of them and like cutting them up. And I'm gonna see how it turns out. But my idea is to make a basket, like a crocheted basket out of plastic bags to hold more yarn in. Or like at least carry around the house while I'm working on projects and stuff, like just another bag, because I have so many project bags all over the place. So I feel like that would be a nice thing to make. So I started making this the other day. It is pretty thick. Like it kind of bends, but like it is thick. I was working on it and it hurt my hand pretty quickly just because the stitches are so tight, and I already have tight tension. Like I always need to go up a hook size to like make it so it's not so tight. So like maybe I need to go up a hook size for this, but it's turning out nice. I'm liking it so far. It's just, I think I have to work on this in small chunks, but I've been using up some of my, it's all unwound now, but here's like a ball of plastic bag yarn. And so what I've done is I cut the bag into strips, like loops, and then I like knot it on each side kind of thing. So I like kind of loop it on itself, You can kind of see the knot and the knot and the knot. But so I've been trying that. So each strand already has like 2 strands within it. So it already has 2 strands from one ball, and I'm using 2 balls of yarn or 2 balls of plastic. So this is like working up with 4 strands of yarn. So it is quite thick. I mean, it is plastic, it's thin, it's stretchy, but it hurts my hand, man. Like, it is so tight. Just, so that's just something I'll be working on slowly in the background. Maybe I'll give you like weekly updates on how it's going. But I have so many bags I need to go through. And maybe I'll do like a time lapse of me just cutting up all the bags. I feel like that might be fun. Oh, and I mentioned I made some special I'm all over the place. Sorry about that. But I mentioned I made some special like custom earrings last week for a customer who requested it. Hippo earrings. She wanted hippo earrings to match like a hippopotamus sweatshirt she had. So, of course, I delivered. And so I'm going to make those and sell those this year. I also think that making a hippopotamus sweatshirt would be cute. Like designing my own hippo sweatshirt. Because I've gotten more into digitizing lately. Like the coffee hat I showed you last week, she showed me a picture and I digitized that myself. Like, yeah, it's just words. But I've also done like a spine clinic's logo. So I'm getting more proficient at it. I just did a big project that I'm not allowed to talk about yet, but that I am so proud of myself for that. Like, that took a lot of time and is a lot of detail. And like, I don't think we're going to go with the fully detailed one because it takes so much time to stitch out. It takes 2 hours to stitch. But I am so proud and impressed with myself with how like comfortable and competent I'm getting at the software. So that's exciting. But I just kind of wanted to share with you what I've been working on this past week. I didn't think it would be that much, but I guess I like talking. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you stick around and see the fun things I'm going to work on. Yeah, and just like to mention that I will be going on a trip here soon, a big trip. Haven't gone out of the country in over a decade. Yeah. So this is my first trip as like a full grown adult out of the country, and it's like to my bucket list, one of my bucket list destinations, and I want to go scuba diving there. So I have my scuba license, like scuba diving license, but I took a refresher course over the weekend on Saturday, and I'm just getting more excited about it. It's in less than a month now, so I'm just excited, and I'll keep you updated on that. I plan on bringing a couple projects, bringing some probably mostly cross stitch, and working on some of my personal projects that I haven't touched in like a year or two, couple of years, just because like that'd be easier to travel cross country overseas with than bringing a whole suitcase of yarn. And because I'm going to be gone for 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, roughly that. So it'll be tough, especially leaving my poor girl, but she's going to be with my parents. And I'm just getting super excited about it. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know a little life update. But yeah, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stick around. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up and click that subscribe button. Thank you so much. See ya. Bye.